Okay, today is the last day for early voting. So how did we do as a city? And what do you need to know if you plan on voting tomorrow? We are joined by Max Bever, Commissioner with the Chicago Board of Elections. Max, you are a busy man. Thank you so much for stopping by our studios. We appreciate it.
Appreciate the invite.
So millions of people have voted nationally already. Let's talk about how Chicago has done. How would you compare? And we also want to share some of the numbers that you shared with us. So what do you have to say about how Chicago has done as far as early voting and absentee ballots?
So as of last night, we had nearly 300,000 people already cast their early vote ballots. We've had over 150,000 people return their vote-by-mail ballot back so far. We're very close to 2016's numbers. That's quote-unquote the last regular election that we've seen for a presidential year. 2020, a bit of an anomaly. Nearly 75% of the city's voters ended up voting before Election Day, either early voting or vote-by-mail. We're likely not to see those numbers again. So we're on track for where we are in previous presidential cycles.
Okay, I want to show a graphic that we put together because this really kind of says it all. So early voting over 294,000 for 2024. Compare that to early voting in 2020, which was 347. And then if you look at vote by mail for this year, 159,605 vote by mail in 2020, 393,243. Some people might look at this and say, oh, it's not that good. People aren't coming out like they were back then. But
it is a bit of an anomaly. It was the middle of the pandemic. There were emergency laws that were passed that expanded early voting hours, the number of sites that we had. Everyone was mailed a vote-by-mail ballot. So when we're looking to our numbers in 2016, we're actually ahead. There are more vote-by-mail ballots that we've gotten back so far. But presidential years, those are the most consistent turnout elections that we see. That's generally why we're seeing the lines that we are right now at our early voting sites, because 70% of the city's registered voters turn out to vote for presidential elections. Okay. That's generally between 1 to 1 million people.
Okay, very good. So yesterday there was we reported this story earlier. There was an Orland Park man who punched an election judge after he was trying to cut a line. I'm curious, have you had any issues with security, any problems, and what do you want people to know about what you're doing to make sure everyone is safe?
Thankfully, people have been patient and kind to each other, especially while we're seeing these lines. We're very grateful to our early voters who have experienced lines of upward of 3 hours at our sites. Our early voting sites on our lakefront are very popular, but we don't see the same type of issues in Chicago that we do in other election jurisdictions, and that's a lot to the work of our voters as well as our election judges who de-escalate a lot of situations. Yeah. Now, we're heading into Election Day, and if you've missed your chance to early vote, especially if you're running into a line today, I want to remind voters that all of those 50 ward early voting sites, as well as our super site downtown, are open all of Election Day from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Okay, so if you miss your chance to vote at that site, you can go back tomorrow.
This is good to know because you can do your precinct or you can go to one of those super sites.
That's right. You've got one choice. Either you got two choices: to go to your assigned precinct polling place. You can go to chicagoelections.gov, enter your information to your voter information page to find your assigned precinct polling place, or any of those 51 vote sites that are open tomorrow.
Obviously, Illinois is not a swing state, but you take security very seriously, and I'm curious, what is it that you guys do to make sure that not only are people safe when they're voting, but the ballots are safe and secure and not mishandled? What do you do? How to handle that?
Well, you know, while we don't see the same type of issues in Chicago, we still have to prepare for the worst, and we follow all guidance from the FBI and other federal agencies. But instead of training our poll workers to deal with any public safety issues like many other jurisdictions are having to do, we have a team of polling place investigators, over 400 either off-duty or retired law enforcement officers that serve as our resource for Election Day. They're assigned to all of our polling places and our vote centers. They're on call in case any issues pop up. They're the ones that are trained to de-escalate a situation. Now, by far the most common complaint that we get is electioneering, somebody handing you that pamphlet for their candidate behind that or between that 100-foot campaign-free zone.
Yeah, that's illegal.
That is illegal. Yes. But if there are any public safety issues or if there's anybody who's looking to start a fight, those investigators are there to help de-escalate. But if there is a 911 call that needs to be made or law enforcement needs to get involved, that will happen.
So you guys also kind of brought to my attention, I thought this was really interesting. You have a specific special program to help people who might have some issues with English as a first language or as a second language. And so you actually have ballots that are available in different languages. Can you explain that?
That's right. Every precinct polling place in Chicago has a vote touch screen that has the audio ballot in over 12 languages. But we also have many different precincts that are assigned for our languages in Spanish, Spanish, Chinese, Hindi, Polish, Korean, and Tagalog.
Wow.
You can go to chicagooelections.gov to learn more about that. We also have bilingual early voting officials. So all of those sites that are open tomorrow, we have 32 early voting sites that have bilingual voting officials on staff. So if English isn't your first language, you're a new citizen, you've got those locations for somebody who can speak to you in your preferred language. Go to chicagooelections.gov to learn more about that.
Amazing, 12 different languages. Okay, finally, tomorrow's the last day. People are sitting at home, they're looking at these long lines. Maybe they haven't voted yet. Maybe they're nervous about going out tomorrow because they don't want to stand in the lines and it's possibly going to rain. Do you have any tips for them? Any reassurances? What do you want to let them know?
Well, the funny quirk about Election Day now is that we generally see less lines on Election Day. Early voting and vote by mail has become so popular that nearly 50% of Chicago's voters are voting before Election Day. But that means that your assigned precinct polling place, you're generally only going to see about a 5 to 20 minute wait. Now, it's more busy in the morning, right, when people are trying to go to work, and those 2 hours, 5 to 7 o'clock, when polls are about to close. So if you can go in the middle of the day or for your lunch break, you're going to see a lot less lines. And again, if you missed out on early voting today, you can go to any of those ward sites between 6 a.m. and 7 p.m. to vote tomorrow, any of your choice.
I love that. Max just gave you a tip in case you haven't voted. Don't go first thing in the morning and don't go between 5 and 7.
That's right. Go in the middle of the day if you can.
And then the wait won't be too bad.
That's right.
Okay, well, I know you are going to be working hard tomorrow, and we appreciate you coming in and talking to us today. It's going to be a fun night, I think, an interesting night for everyone to watch.
I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, let's head over.